Good morning, guys. This is Gloria, and in this video we are going to do 5 different cards this week. My first card is going to be used with this cartridge called Love You a Latte, and what I'm going to do is make a coffee scene. So this whole week my card series is going to be all about different types of foods, drinks, shapes of coffee, donuts, different foods that we eat, and the sayings that go with them. Okay, guys? So today's cartridge, I'm using Love You a Latte, and this is going to be my pad and paper. So let's get started. My card is going to be a A2 size card, and it's going to be landscape. And I already got this card right here, and it's this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and instead of me doing it portrait style to have it this way, I'm going to cut it out this way, and you're going to open up this way. So let's get started decorating the inside. For the inside, I'm going to use this brown cardstock with this cream color cardstock, and what I end up doing was doing the edges with Tea-Dye Distress, so I kind of edged it out a little bit, if you guys can see it. And it's the pad and paper that I'm going to use today. So I'm going to hit that right there. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, so let's adhere this together. So this week's series is all going to be about food, different types of food and stuff that we do and we eat, and it's going to have funny sayings to them. So I try to think of a different word to kind of do my I would say sweets, but it's not all going to be sweets. So I don't know. I'll figure out when I end up doing something. So I hope you guys had an awesome Sunday. My Sunday was really awesome. I got a couple of personal messages and stuff like that of people letting me know how much I inspired them, and it's a blessing. Now, for the inside of my card, I'm going to use the more gift card sentiments from my Creative Time with Emma, and I'm going to use this Enjoy a Cup of Coffee on Me. So, let me get that out. And I thought this sentiment was going to be perfect. I'm trying to think, should I put a piece of trim on my card? I might just put this down there to kind of bring it a little offset. Okay, now today I'm going to use the Memento Hot Rich Cocoa stamp pad. Now what I'm going to do, since I haven't used the stamp pad in a while, I'm going to stamp it on something different to see if it's going to take. And it looks not that bad. I kind of wish it would give me a crisp, but it don't look that bad at all. And these stamps from Emma are the same stamps that you get from the Peachy King Faces, which are amazing. Definitely amazing to stamp with. And I do not have nothing bad to say about the Peachy King company, guys. If you want, definitely invest your money in them. It is amazing stamps, especially the face stamps. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of put it right there, and then I'm going to stamp it. And that looks perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my finger really quick, and I'm going to kind of pinch this right here so I know exactly where to cut it at. So just give me a second. Well, like I was saying, I had an amazing time yesterday. And, you know, I got some really awesome people, and I have some really close YouTube friends that they watch my videos all the time, and one of them is from the UK, and the other one is from Sweden, and I am like so blessed because they messaged me telling me how much I inspired them to go into their craft room, and I just feel so good that I had inspired them to go into their craft room and craft. You know, it don't get no better than that. Just give me a second. Let me cut another piece of trim. Let me see. That's gonna be too big. So I feel really good that I inspire people. You know, it's amazing. I never thought that when I did these videos I would touch people's hearts and, you know, inspiration, and I'm just so thankful that I did. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a paper punch below this, so just give me a second. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. It might not. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. So I just want to punch this out really quick so I can put like a small little trim on the bottom to kind of coordinate it and bring it out just a little bit. Okay, and you see the trim that I use? And I think that looks really good right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of crease it again, and I'm going to use my cutter to cut it. You know, when I started doing my YouTube videos, I didn't think that I was going to touch other people. I was actually doing this for myself to kind of ease the time. Because when I first started doing YouTube videos, I had just lost my job. And I needed something to do because I was going through a tough time. But, you know, I also put it in the hands of the Lord. And, you know, if He was going to bless me, He was going to bless me well. And I ended up going back to my old job. And I am so glad I did. I mean, my ex-boss, she is amazing. She really is. And, you know, she has a heart of gold. And there's not too many bosses that you can have that actually, you know, think about you and make sure that you're good, you know. And before I started working there, I was going shopping in her store a lot for the simple fact when my son was taking a therapy, he was in there like for 3 hours, and I didn't know what to do for 3 hours. I just didn't want to sit around there for 3 hours while they were working on my son. So we would go to the store, me and my mom, and we would look around and see what they had. And a lot of times I bought stuff, and a lot of times I didn't. It all depends on if they had something I needed. So, and it was awesome. You know, I didn't think that she would hire me back. And not that I left there in a nasty way. A matter of fact, that when I quit, and I went to the restaurant, I was really, really, really sad. It was a really sad day. I didn't want to leave, but her place was so far away, I could not commute back and forth because everything I was doing was up in like 8-9 miles away from there. So it would have been too much for me to have a ride, and the gas was, you know, I wasn't making that much money, so the gas was kind of hard on me too. Okay guys, so this is the inside of my card. As you can see, enjoy a cup of coffee on me. And now we're going to start layering the front. So, but with all that being said, I mean, I'm always a happy person. I try not to let nothing bother me, but, you know, when something happens, and you know, in the long run, as I'm sitting back and I'm looking through all of this, I'm seeing that it was a blessing that I don't work at the restaurant no more, because I was stressing out so bad. I just couldn't take it no more, and it was really foul to begin with. But I didn't want to, you know, but I'm glad it's done and over with, guys. Let me tell you something. I really am. Now, before I do that, I want to kind of, let me see if I can just kind of do the edges, and that looks, it looks alright right there. And, okay, so now I have my pattern paper, and I'm going to layer my pattern paper right there on top. But with all that being said, it was a blessing, you know. It was coming. Because right before she let me go, back in February when my nephew had passed away, I turned around and I told her I was just about done. I says, I can't take it no more, you know. It was to the point that my life wasn't, it was time for me to go, you know. And you tend to know if it's time for you to go or not, you know, when things are not going the way you thought that it would go. Okay, now, for my sentiment, I am going to use my Scrappy Mom stamp set, and it is called a pinch and a dash, and I'm going to use the sentiment called Cool Beans. Okay? So let me get that out. And life right now is amazing. I never thought that I would touch people, and I am so happy that I'm doing something to have you guys go into your craft room and create things, you know. I mean, it is such a blessing to actually do something by hand and create it, and it feels so good. I'm going to use my mouse pad really quick. And I'm just going to adhere that, I'm just going to lay that right there. So, because my other mat is a little bit far away and I don't want to walk over there. As you can see, I'm a little bit lazy this morning. I'm on my way to work. So I figured I'll make this card and upload this video really quick. Okay, and it says Cool Beans. And I thought that sentiment came out really cute. So I'm going to mat it out on this gray piece of cardstock. So let me glue this together. And this video is not really going to take too long. I might add a couple of more things on the inside. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I got the sentiment done. Now, I have this craft false eyelids from Craft Essentials from Joann's that I ended up getting a long, long time ago. And you know, guys, yesterday's card, I end up putting that on. And I like totally to do it on camera. Let me see if I can find the card. Yes, here it goes. So this is the ending of my card. After I stopped the video, I noticed that I forgot to add something to it. So I just wanted to show you that I add the full eyelids on them, and it looks so much better since I did that. Okay, so there goes for that card. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some on here. And I think I bought this for 50 cents when Joann's was going out of, you know, a lot of times when things ain't selling right, they kind of put stuff on clearance. And I just love when they do that. Definitely love when they do that. Sometimes I miss out and sometimes I don't. And there's this lady named Deborah that works in Joann's by my house, and she is an amazing woman. She always turns around and says, Gloria, Gloria, go run to the corner. I just knocked down all the prices. And I mean, she is so sweet. And she know I do cards, and I love to do cards. And, you know, when Provocraft was throwing out 10 of their cartridges, right now, you know, you barely get one every 2-3 months now. But before Provocraft changed back in August, they were throwing out 10 cartridges in 1 month. So every month, they were throwing out 10 cartridges. And I was loving it. You know, because I don't do anything. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't go out partying. I don't go hang out. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm just to myself, and I enjoy my life the way it is. Definitely enjoy my life the way it is. Now, in the Love You a Latte cartridge, I end up cutting out this coffee bean right here, and that came out so cute. So here goes my image. Now on my image, I end up using the Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress, and I kind of stressed out the edges of it. And I did the same to the inside of the card. So there goes my card, and I'm just going to pop this up. So let me put this on some foam dots. And as you can see, I made the card small at first. So then what I did, I just layered it bigger. Because it was just a little bit too small. And I can actually bring these down some. And that paper pad that I end up using is from the Collections Pebbles. I bought 25 sheets of them. You get 25 sheets in a pack that I got from Tuesday Morning, and it was $1.99. Okay, and I'm just going to adhere the coffee beans right here. And I think that looks really cool. I was going to use a frame, but the frame was too big, and plus I didn't really like the pad and paper. It just wasn't going. It could have went, but I said no, it wasn't for me. Okay, so I'm going to just adhere this right here. And I'm just going to adhere it flat. I don't know if I should put it up here, though. Let me see. Should I layer it up there, or should I put it right here in the middle? I think I'm going to put it right there in the middle. Okay, so let me use my ATG and tape this down. Okay guys, I'm almost done with this card. Now I might want to, let me use my tweezer bees. And I think, let me see, let me get a little bit closer. And there goes my phone acting up. That looks really good right there. Okay. So there goes my card, guys. I want to put a bling. Give me a second. I want to add something to the sentiment banner because it just looks so plain. Okay. And there goes my phone again. Guys, just give me a second. I still haven't invested. I have my tripod just fine, but my phone holder, I bought one and I spent $18 on it off of eBay, and I was so scared to buy it to begin with because at first I thought it was metal and it was plastic, and the same day that I used it was the same day that it broke, because plastic does not stretch out, you know, the spring came off. And I'm like kind of scared again to buy anything off of eBay. Not scared to buy anything off of eBay, but not know what type of product I'm buying. If you ladies understand what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of hard, because if I don't know, you know, I'm so used to going into the store and seeing the product by myself without ordering it, that when you order something on eBay or online, you know, you're taking the chance that you don't even know if it's metal or plastic. Okay, guys, well, there goes my card. I thank you so much. I'm going to hold it right here. I thank you guys so much for joining me today. Like I said, this week's series is going to be about drinks, food, different types of desserts and foods, and funny sayings to go with it. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for commenting and everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye now. And here goes the inside of my card. Enjoy a cup of coffee on me. Cool beans. Thank you guys. Bye now.